Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to learn chemical reactions and equation. What do you mean by chemical reaction? Okay, chemical reaction basically is a chemical change in which new substances are formed. Yes or no? So, definition you can see it is a chemical process in which new substances with new properties are formed due to the rearrangement of atoms. Okay, so chemical reactions is represented with the help of chemical equation. Okay, where we are writing the symbols and formula of the compounds. So when we talk about the chemical equations definition, it is a shorthand representation of a chemical reaction with the help of symbols and formula of the substances involved in it. So, no? So chemical equation can be represented it's of two types also you can say, or chemical equation can be represented in two ways. Okay, word equation and symbol equation. For example, if I say burning of magnesium, okay, if we write like magnesium plus oxygen gives rise to Mg magnesium oxide. So this is what a word equation. Okay, magnesium plus oxygen gives you magnesium oxide. This is what a word equation. When we talk about symbol equation, so we write the symbols and formula of the substances involved in the reaction. Like magnesium, what is the symbol? Mg, oxygen O2, magnesium oxide MgO. So this is what a symbol equation. Okay. Why do we need to balance a chemical equation? This question may be asked for 1 mark, sir. Okay, the answer is what? To satisfy the law of conservation of mass. What do you mean by law of conservation of mass? This law states that during a chemical reaction, masses of reactant is equal to masses of product. Or we can say that mass can neither be created nor be destroyed in a chemical reaction. So, no, so this is due to, okay, to satisfy the law of conservation of mass. Okay, we talk about the skeletal equation and the balance equation. Okay, skeletal equation is what? An unbalanced chemical equation is called as a skeletal equation. We'll discuss okay. And balance equation is what? Chemical equations in which the number of atoms of each element on both sides, that is the reactant sides and the product sides, both are equal. So generally we are representing the chemical equation as A plus B gives rise to C plus D. Okay, the substances which are reactor are called as what? Reactants. Okay, and the new substance which is formed during the process is called as what? Product. Is it clear? Okay, let's take one equation. Magnesium, okay, react with oxygen gives rise to what? MgO. Okay, if you see, okay, magnesium atom. Okay, how many atoms are there on this LHS? One atom is there, right? Na? This side also one is there. Oxygen is 2 and this side is what? 1. Yes or not? So it is not balanced equation. How we are going to balance? So first we are going to write the elements, their symbols and number of atoms on LHS and RHS. So you can see here to balance the magnesium we have to first to balance the oxygen atom you have to multiply by 2. Where? On the RHS. You multiply here by 2. So 2 into 1, 2 only. Okay, this side also 2 only. Okay, then magnesium changes to 2 into 1, 2 only. So this side also you have to multiply 2. So 2 Mg plus O2 gives rise to 2 MgO. Okay, so here you can see magnesium atom 2 is there on the LHS side. This also 2 is there. Oxygen also 2 is there. Okay, and right hand side also 2 is there. So this is the valence chemical equation. One very important topic is that characteristics of chemical reaction. How can we say that chemical reaction has taken place? By certain characteristics like a change in state, change in color, change in temperature, evolution of a gas and formation of a precipitate. This question may be asked for 2 marks. We have various types of chemical reactions like combination reactions, decomposition reactions, single displacement reaction, double displacement reactions and redox reaction. First one, combination reaction. What do you mean by combination reaction? When we talk about combination reaction, it is a type of chemical reaction in which two or more substances combine to form a single substance. Okay, for example, C plus O2 gives rise to CO2. That is carbon plus oxygen gives rise to carbon dioxide. Combination reactions are generally exothermic reactions. What do you mean by exothermic reactions? The reactions in which heat is released or energy is released. Okay, so they are called as exothermic reactions. Next type is what? Decomposition reaction. What do you mean by decomposition reaction? It is a type of chemical reaction in which a single substance breaks into two or more simpler substances. We can represent the decomposition reactions like this also. AB gives rise to A plus B. Okay, and combinations we can represent like how can we represent A plus B gives rise to AB. This is the representation of combination reaction. The two reactants are there and single product is there. Here, differences you can see, combinations and decomposition reaction. So what is combination reaction? It is a type of chemical reaction in which two or more substances combine to form a single substance. Whereas in case of decomposition reaction, it is a type of chemical reaction in which a single substance breaks into two or more simpler substances. Yes or no? So it can be represented like this: A plus B gives rise to AB here. AB gives rise to A and B. Example, 2Mg plus O2 gives rise to 2MgO. Here example you can write that 2H2O gives rise to 2H2 and O2. Generally combination reactions are exothermic, whereas decomposition reactions are endothermic. When we talk about endothermic reaction, in which energy is absorbed. Yes or no? Okay, we have three types of decomposition reaction. First one is thermal decomposition, next photochemical decomposition, and electrolytic decomposition. So the name itself, if you can see thermal decomposition, okay, thermal means what? Heat. So it is a type of decomposition reaction which takes place with the help of heat. For example, once you heat a lead nitrate, okay, so it gives you lead oxide plus nitrogen dioxide plus oxygen. So this is the balance chemical equation: 2PbNO3 whole twice lead nitrate upon heating gives you 2PbO, that is lead oxide, which is yellow in color, plus a nitrogen dioxide, which is a brown color fumes, plus oxygen. So now next, photochemical decomposition is a type of decomposition reaction which takes place with the help of light. Photo means what? Light. Yes or no? For example, decomposition of silver chloride. Okay, so whenever silver chloride is exposed to sunlight, so 2AgCl gives rise to 2Ag, okay, and Cl2. So it's a gray color silver is obtained. Okay, next, electrolytic decomposition. It is a type of decomposition reaction which takes place with the help of electricity. For example, once you pass electricity through the water, okay, so it gives you what? Hydrogen gas and oxygen gas. You can write that 2H2O gives rise to 2H2 plus O2. Okay, this is in liquid state and this is in gaseous state. Okay. They may ask you what are the observations. Okay, another example of thermal decomposition which is very, very important. You can remember. Okay, when you heat the iron sulfate salt in a test tube, which is a white color salt, it is a white color salt. So what are the observations you will get? You will get a brown color iron oxide Fe2O3 along with that burning smell of sulfur. Okay, that is pungent smell due to the formation of SO2 and SO3. So just remember the equation: 2FeSO4 upon heating, this is the heat symbol, gives rise to Fe2O3 plus SO2 plus SO3. SO2 is what? Sulfur dioxide, and SO3 is what? Sulfur trioxide. So two observations you can remember: brown color iron oxide is obtained and burning smell of sulfur. Similarly, upon two observations on heating lead nitrate, first is what? Yellow residue of lead oxide, okay, and plus brown fumes of NO2, nitrogen dioxide. Is it clear? Okay, here the next question is there: give the two examples of chemical reactions which is used in black and white photography. Here photochemical decomposition of silver chloride and silver bromide are the example. 2AgCl gives rise to 2Ag plus Cl2 and 2Ag, that is silver bromide. Okay, in the presence of sunlight gives rise to silver and bromine. So these two reactions are used in black and white photography. The three types of decomposition. Okay, next we talk about a single displacement reaction. Okay, single displacement reaction, what happens? It is a type of chemical reaction in which a more reactive element displaces a less reactive element from its salt solution. Okay, so how will you get to know that an element is a more reactive? By the reactivity series only. Okay, so definition you can see it is a type of chemical reaction where an element reacts with a compound and takes place the another element in that compound. So generally we are presenting a single displacement like this. A plus BC gives rise to AC plus B. So you can see A should be more reactive than B. Then only it can displace B from BC. Yes or no? For example, zinc reaction with copper sulfate, aqueous. Aqueous means what? Water solution. Okay, the copper sulfate salt we are taking and in a test tubes we are dissolving in water. Okay, so we get a copper sulfate aqueous solution, which is a blue color solution. Once you add zinc, okay, which is a gray color metal, in this solution in the test tubes, you will get a zinc sulfate plus copper. Okay, zinc sulfate will be colorless and copper, that is a brown color copper, is obtained. Okay, similarly. If you see copper sulfate solution react with iron filings, okay, this is copper sulfate solution, the blue color solution, so it will change into the green color due to the formation of iron sulfate. What is happening here? Iron being the more reactive, displacing the copper from the solution. Fe plus USO4 aqueous. Okay, aqueous means again it should be a solution. So what will form? Iron sulfate, solution, iron sulfate, which is the green color plus. Okay, this is actually red color copper approximately is obtained. Okay, now? Next, reactivity series. Okay, it is the list of all the elements. Okay, few elements, basically not all the elements. It is a list of elements arranged in their decreasing order of reactivity. This is also called as activity series. In this series, you can see potassium is most reactive. Then sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminium, zinc, iron, Fe, tin, Sn, lead, Pb, then hydrogen, okay, then copper, then mercury, then silver, then gold. After that, platinum is also there. So you can see potassium is most reactive, whereas here in this silver is least reactive. And if you go from move from potassium towards gold, reactivity decreases. Let's check this whether this reaction possible or not. Reaction of iron and lead with the copper chloride. Where is the lead? Here is the lead. And where is the copper? Copper is here, right now. So you can see lead is more reactive than copper. So yes, it will displace the copper. So what a form of PbCl2 aqueous plus U is formed. Is it clear? Next we talk about a double displacement reaction. When we talk about double displacement reaction, it is a type of chemical reaction in which mutual exchange of ions take place. Okay, or definition we can write like this also. It is a type of chemical reaction in which two different ions or group of atoms in the reactant molecules are displaced by each other. Okay, so it is of two types generally: neutralization reaction and precipitation reaction. Okay, when we talk about the neutralization reaction, it is a type of reaction in which an acid reacts with a base to form salt and water. For example, you can see reaction of sodium hydroxide and hydrochloric acid to form water. NaCl is a salt plus H2O. So what is happening? Na moving here and hydrogen moving here. Yes or no? So generally we can represent a double displacement reaction like this. AB plus CD gives rise to AD plus BC. You can see here the mutual exchange of ions is taking place. Yes or no? Another type of double displacement reaction is what? A precipitation reaction. It is a type of double displacement reaction in which a solid precipitate is formed. This is the proper definition. You can write or you can write like this also. When on mixing the solutions of two ionic compounds, an insoluble solid is formed that separates out the insoluble solid is called as precipitate, and the reaction is known as precipitation reaction. For example, you can see barium chloride reaction with a sodium sulfate gives you what? A barium sulfate white color precipitate plus twice of NaCl, sodium chloride. What happens? We are taking two different test tubes in the laboratory. Okay, we are taking in the one test tubes, you are taking pinch of barium chloride salt and prepare a solution which is a aqueous solution. Another test tubes you take a sodium sulfate is a and dissolve in water. Okay, take 20 ml of water, dissolve, you will get a colorless solution. Upon mixing, you will get a white color precipitate which is nothing but a barium sulfate. along with the aqueous solution of sodium chloride will be there. Another equation reactions you can remember, reaction of a lead nitrate which is aqueous PbNO3 whole twice react with the potassium iodide. Okay, gives rise to yellow precipitate of PbI2, that is lead iodide plus 2KNO3 aqueous is obtained. These reactions we need to practice. Okay, next last type of reaction is what? Redox reaction. It is a type of chemical reaction in which both oxidation and reduction takes place simultaneously. Okay, so what is by oxidation? What is by reduction? That is very important. Okay, so when we talk about the oxidation reaction, it is a type of chemical reaction which involves either addition of oxygen, for example C plus O2 CO2, oxidation only, or removal of hydrogen, like twice of HI gives rise to H2 plus I2. You can see here, with iodine hydrogen is there, here with iodine hydrogen is not there. So it is what a oxidation. Or you can say loss of electron, like sodium losing one electron become Na plus. And next increase in oxidation state, like Fe plus 1 to Fe plus 2. This is Fe plus 1. Fe plus 1 to plus 2. So here oxidation state is plus 1, here oxidation state is plus 2. Okay. What is reduction? It is a process which involves removal of oxygen. It is just reverse of oxidation. Okay. Removal of oxygen. For example, water gives rise to H2 plus O2. So you can see here, with hydrogen oxygen is there, with hydrogen oxygen is not there. So what is this? Reduction. Or addition of hydrogen, like nitrogen react with hydrogen gives rise to NH3. You can see with nitrogen hydrogen is not there, with nitrogen hydrogen is there. So what is this? Reduction. Okay. Or gain of electron, like whenever chlorine gains one electron become what? Cl minus ion. Okay. Another is what? A decrease in oxidation state, like copper plus 2 to copper plus 1 or 0 also you can say. Okay. Here oxidation state is what? 2. For any element in its elemental form, oxidation state is 0. So here what is happening? Decreasing oxidation state is what? A reduction. You can see the example of redox reaction. Reaction of zinc oxide with a carbon, that is coke. Here this is coke, gives rise to zinc plus carbon monoxide. You can see clearly C2CO. What is happening? There is a addition of oxygen. So this is what? A oxidation. Zinc oxide to zinc, there is a removal of oxygen, yes or no? So what is this? A reduction. Okay. Another example you can see reaction of copper oxide with the hydrogen. You can see copper oxide, hydrogen gives rise to Cu plus H2O. Okay. So you can see here H2 to H2O. So there is H2 hydrogen, oxygen is not there, with H2 oxygen is there. So what is this? Oxidation. Here you can see copper oxide. Okay. With copper oxygen is there, with copper oxygen is not there. So there is a removal of oxygen. So this is what? A reduction. Yes or no? Here in this equation, you have to remember oxidizing agent and reducing agent also. The substance which gets oxidized, here what is happening? Carbon is getting oxidized. So what is this? It is a reducing agent. Reducing agent. You can say the substance which undergoes oxidation is a reducing agent, and the substance which undergoes reduction is called as oxidizing agent. Here you can see zinc oxide undergoes reduction. So what is zinc oxide? Oxidizing agent. These questions may be asked to identify. Okay, you have to identify the oxidizing agent and reducing agent in this and comment. Okay, I hope you understood all the different types of chemical reactions. Please share this video with your friends and don't forget to subscribe the channel. Thank you.